Hi there, Jus4SweetZ here. Today I'm going to make for you a barbecue pork pizza. And if you go back to some of my older videos, I show you how to make Hawaiian shredded pork, barbecue pork. And this is just another way to use up your pork. If you make, you make your pork sandwiches for dinner, and then I give you a couple different options. Well, this is just another option to that Hawaiian barbecue pork. So make sure you go back and check out that video. I made barbecue pork last week and I need to use it up, so I'm going to make some pizzas for lunch. But to top off our barbecue pork pizza, we are going to have a little bit of coleslaw on top of it. So I just bought a bag of the 3-colored coleslaw mix, and we're going to stick that in here. I don't need a whole ton, just enough to go over the top of my pizzas. Now you can make homemade coleslaw dressing if you want to. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to make something easy. And then I have Marie's coleslaw dressing, and I'm just going to take about a heaping 2 tablespoons into about my 2 cups of coleslaw mix. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to stir that up and let that sit while we get the pizza ready. And we just want to, we just want the dressing to lightly coat the cabbage. We don't want it to be, really sloppy and too wet, but we want it, it's going to give it a little bit of texture on top of that pizza. So this is going to be really good. And this stuff tastes good on its own. You don't really need to add anything. You could add some vinegar to it if you want to, which sometimes I like to do that. Let me take a little test here. It's pretty good. I think I am going to add a dash of vinegar though. So I'm going to grab a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and I'm going to put about a half a capful in there. Not a full. We don't want it too wet, but just enough to give it a little bit of zing. So we're going to mix that up and let that sit. Okay, and we're going to push this to the side. This is ready to go on top of our pizza. Now I'm just making 2 small pizzas, so this is enough for both of those. Okay, and then what I have is some parchment paper here. And I have 1 pizza in the oven, so I can show you what, oh, I always bought my little tripod here. So I can show you what it looks like. So I took a thing of Pillsbury pizza crust. Now you can buy the pre-made pizza crust at your store. You can make your own pizza crust. You could even use Boboli if you want to. I just have the Pillsbury pizza crust right here, and I cut the dough in half because I wanted to make 2 small pizzas, because one person likes theirs one way and one likes theirs another, so it's just easier that way. So I'm going to make sure you can see this. All right. We are going to go ahead, and I kind of just cut it in half and mushed it all together, and then I rolled it out. And it's not, it doesn't have to be true to form or anything like that. It's just however, you can make it round, you can make it square, whatever you choose to do. So I'm going to kind of just try to make the crust as even as possible and pull it out to somewhat of a square rectangle. This one's going to be for my daughter. She doesn't like a whole lot of toppings. Okay, so there's our square. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grease a cookie sheet or a pizza pan or a pie dish, whatever you're using to make your pizza. I'm using my small cookie sheet, and it's in the oven right now with another pizza on it. So let's do this. Now what you're going to want to do is take your favorite barbecue sauce, whether it's homemade or pre-bought, and put as much or as little as you like on there. We kind of like ours saucy, so we're going to add a little bit of extra sauce here. And just kind of spread that on your pizza crust. Then what you want to do is you're going to take some of this barbecue pork, and like I said, go back to that video. It's called How to Make Hawaiian Shredded Pork, I believe, or barbecue pork, one of those. But I have the main way you make the pork, and then some different recipes that you can do with the pork. So you can put as much pork on this or as little pork as you want. We have the rib cook-off coming here on Labor Day weekend, and they always have a bunch of fun stuff. It's not just ribs. They do all kinds of barbecue pork sandwiches or barbecue beef, barbecue turkey legs. So this is a good inspiration for that. And actually the sauce that I use, they were winners at our rib cook-off quite a few times, and they're one of my favorites. It's Kinder's, the Kinder's team. And then I have some shredded cheddar cheese, and this is just a mild cheddar. I don't want to overtake this barbecue pork. Now feel free to replace this with mozzarella or a jalapeno jack or whatever you want to do. Do a couple different cheeses. You can use Parmesan if you want. I'm not going to do that. And then what I did on the other pizza, now this one's for my daughter, so this is as far as I'm going. This one's just the pizza crust, the barbecue sauce, the pork, and the cheese. And, excuse my reach there. What I did on the other one is I have a bag of these sweet mini peppers, and I just went ahead and take these out. These have a really good flavor, and I thought this would be really good on top of our pork pizza. So just take one of these little peppers, and I sliced it real thin. You'll see it when I pull this pizza out of the oven. Just slice those real thin. I'm just using a serrated knife. Let's see here. Okay. And what I did is I just took these and I placed them on top of my other pizza like so and baked it. But like I said, she doesn't want that on there. You could also add some fresh jalapeno on there. That would be really good. You could add some onion, some red onion, or some sweet white or yellow onion, something like that. All those would be really, really delicious on this. And like I said, any kind of cheese you want, any kind of barbecue sauce you want, you make this your thing. This is going to be your pizza, your creation. So I like to get inspired by going to the rib cook-off, and then also by, you know, watching food channels and looking at cooking magazines and stuff like that. And they really, really do some fun stuff on those. So I like to come up with some different ways to do things. And if you make barbecue pork, you know, you have pork sandwiches, wait a few days, make some pork pizzas for lunch, you know, and use up your pork, don't let anything go to waste, or freeze your pork and then pull it out at a later date, and you can make something completely different that your family will love. So I'm going to pull this pizza out of the oven. I'm going to let you see what it looks like. So this is what we're going to stick in the oven. And I'm just going to set this to the side. It's our barbecue pork pizza getting ready to go in the oven. And then here's the plate to serve it. And let's get this out and get it garnished. Check it. Yeah, I want you to see this. Look at this. Nice brown crust. Not too brown. Looks delicious, doesn't it? So we're going to take this. I'm just going to use a spatula. It's swelled up pretty nicely. I don't want to burn myself, so I'm going to go to the side over here. All right. Look at that nice thick crust pizza. Put that on our plate. Get ready to put that other one in the oven. So this is how I would serve it, just like this. And you can see those beautiful pepper rings on there, and the barbecue sauce and the pork coming down the side. If you want it a little bit browner, you can cook that a little bit longer. And then what you're going to do with this coleslaw is you're going to garnish it on top of the pizza. And this is going to give it a nice crunch factor, a little bit of extra sweetness, and it's just going to be delicious. So put that right on there. I'm going to save enough for the other one. You can even drizzle a little bit more dressing on top if you want to, or just serve it as is. Put it on the side. I'd actually put some coleslaw dressing on the side. Get a little dish. Put some of that on the side and dip your crust into it. So put that just like that. Put your sauce on the side. You can even get a little thing of barbecue sauce if you'd rather dip your crust in that. And there you go. There's a barbecue pork pizza, fit for any occasion. I keep hitting this thing. Any party, any good time. Let's get you over here so you can see it. Look at that. And that would be great for an appetizer or just a nice afternoon lunch, you know, at home or whatever. So I hope you had fun with this. I sure did. I like to be creative, so if you have any suggestions or comments, feel free to leave them, besides me constantly bumping my tripod. Anyway, if you like this recipe or this video, please hit the like button, and we'll see you again real soon. God bless.